In objectivist ethics, we say that life is the ultimate value. That is, life is the end in itself. It is illustrated by observation of many non-volitional and even unconscious organisms in Rand's essay, The Objectivist Ethics. But I can't grasp why reproduction isn't the end in itself and maintenance of life just a means for that end. Some organisms even commit suicide, terminate their life in order to reproduce. Also, it makes much more sense in an evolutionary way. So why is life the end in itself as against reproduction? All right, again, I think like in the previous question, there's a collectivist premise. I mean, in the previous question, of course, part of the answer is we need to judge people as individuals, not just as as members of a collective, as members of any group, ethnic or otherwise. Here's the same thing, similar. I sense that the premise in the question that the purpose of life is to keep the species alive, keep the species going, reproduce the species, and that's false. Individual is not to be sacrificed for the good of the species, for the good of the biological species. People reproduce not because the species needs to be sustained. People reproduce because they love children, because they want to have children in their lives, and so reproduction is egoistic. In other words, we people who love children reproduce in order to bring great joy and fulfillment into their life. We don't reproduce in order to sustain the species. Let me make I think an important point that needs to be stressed. Metaphysically, in reality, only particulars exist. There's no such thing as chairness. There's only chairs. Chairness exists. Plato's wrong. Chairness doesn't exist in the world. Chairness exists only as an abstraction in the minds of rational beings who understand chairs, understand the nature of chairs. But only chairs exist. They're only particulars, and applied to human beings, there are only individuals. And so an individual, of course, seeks fulfillment. A rational individual seeks fulfillment. Children are part of that. It's not to sustain the species. It's to gain individual fulfillment. So again, I think there's a collectivist premise here that the species as a whole takes precedence over the individual. Only individuals are alive, and only individuals have to achieve values in order to sustain their life. And reproduction is, for many people, is a big part of that.
Perfect.